I'm USA Today's Olivia Barker, and it's wedding season, so we're at David's Bridal on the hunt for some star-worthy gowns. Dan, we all remember how beautiful Katie Holmes looked during her wedding to Tom Cruise in Italy. Now, what elements of that gorgeous Armani gown can the rest of us take away when we're planning our own weddings?
Katie's dress was wonderful. It really showed what she was all about, and we have some of those elements within this dress that kind of have the same feeling. Detail on the shoulder strap that gives a little shoulder coverage like she had. The bodice has some beautiful intricate beading, draping, and shirring that really flatters the figure, and then this little ribbon detailing shows a very modern type of embellishment that works real well.
Renee Zellweger's marriage may not have worked out so well, but that Carolina Herrera dress she wore certainly did. Now, what made that strapless, otherwise quite minimal dress so special?
Renee Zellweger's dress was really terrific looking. It really showed her style. The dress we have today that really shows that same type of look has a notched little neckline at the center front, and that's something that looks very similar to the one that she wore, but we've added to it a little bit of a beaded detail that really shows a little bit more on that neckline and emphasizes that shape around here. Plus, down the back, there's a bunch of tiny covered buttons that give it a little bit more of an oomph to it, so it doesn't look like the same type of plain strapless dress.
Star Jones' wedding was pretty controversial, but most people would agree that she got that Reem Acra dress just right.
You're absolutely right. Yes, she got that name Bridezilla, and we could see why, and it was kind of crazy, but in the end, she really pulled it off.
As Star showed, this dress looks pretty good on fuller figures, but then we can see right here that it also suits a slimmer shape.
What we really love from top to bottom is the neckline. There's a lot of emphasis on the neckline. This shape really draws it out up here. It brings it into a nipped waist, and then it shapes and curves around the hips without really clinging too tight. We love the fact that she's added this really long veil the way Star Jones did it, and I think it was a really great choice.
Let's move to the country. Kevin Costner's bride, Christine Baumgartner, wore that big, romantic, poofy Monique Lhuillier dress. How have you interpreted that here?
One of the things we've done is we've switched up the fabric to a tissue taffeta. The skirt is really magnificently done. We've picked them up or kind of tacked them up into like these little tufts or bustles, and they're held up by these beautiful little roses, which give that whole romantic sweeping feeling that's very similar to Christine's dress.
And what really stood out, I think, about Christine's dress was that it was ivory. It was just this shade off of white. What bride can wear that?
Anyone. White, ivory. Ivory is a great alternative to white. There's several shades of ivory. There's not just one, so you can find the one that works best for you. And what's really terrific, it looks great in pictures. It'll read kind of like white, but it's a little bit softer and a little bit warmer.
There are celebrity weddings, and then there are TV weddings, which can be even more dramatic. Remember when Terry Hatcher wore that halter dress on Desperate Housewives? And then there was Courtney Cox and her minimalist A-line on Friends. And who can forget Sandra Oh before she got dumped at the altar wearing that fishtail on Grey's Anatomy. To get an A-list wedding dress, here's your top 5 checklist. Number 5, keep your skin tone in mind when you're choosing your dress shade.
Yes, if you're really fair and white doesn't work really well for you, you might try different shades of ivory. That tends to work very well on a lot of skin types.
Number 4, try a dramatic veil.
From Katie Holmes to Star Jones, they all like that dramatic look of a cathedral veil.
Number 3, ratchet up the romance.
Yes, add romance to your wedding. You can do it through lace and details like bows and flowers.
Number 2, don't fear the beading.
You don't wear beads every day of your life, so when you see a dress on the rack, don't dismiss it right away. Give it a try. Stars love beading, and if you want to achieve that star look, try the beading.
And number 1, size up your shape. From structured trumpet to soft mermaid to A-line to ball gown, there's a silhouette out there for everybody.
And it never hurts to bring another friend for a second opinion.
That's it for Celeb Style. Tune in next week for more style secrets.